There is 1 day left on Fushuan's banner, so I thought why not give you guys my final consensus on Mono Quantum. Now, as you all know, we made plenty of videos on this composition. We did a full breakdown. I literally put on Microsoft Paint just to show you all how strong this comp really is. It's very free to play friendly. It allows you to save on resources because it is very resin efficient. And all the characters you put into the Mono Quantum team, you can use in other teams because all of them are versatile in being very good, solid characters overall. Now, with the arrival of Fushuan, this character has allowed you to play the game with your brain off. She essentially takes your team's damage and mitigates that damage and redirects it towards herself while further mitigating that damage even more. And then she reverses her own HP, turning your allies also into pseudo tanks, giving them crit rate, more HP, and even stopping them from being CC'd. This character does so much. Silverwolf, whom like Bronya, fundamentally changing the way you play the game. We're going to make a video on her in the near future with Bronya, so look forward to that. This character essentially makes the game trivialized because she puts a weakness on the enemy that the enemy didn't otherwise already have, lowers the gear requirements for your team overall because the defense shred is massive, it lasts 3 turns, and she puts many other debuffs onto the enemy, all of which have a high rate of actually landing on the enemy. She's a very strong and reliable single target debuffing character. Seal, who is arguably still the strongest single target damage dealer in the game, has gotten more value with the release of Fushuan. Fushuan is the tailor-made support for a character like Seal, whose buffs is dependent on Fushuan's turns. This character absolutely loves Fushuan. QQ, a very solid AoE damage dealer. She has shown her worth. A lot of people have been saying she's better than Seal. I personally don't believe that, as much as a Seal endorser I am, but she has a ton of potential if she has RNG on her side, and she works really well in the Mono Quantum team comp with Seal actually, because she can be used as a sub DPS if you unlock the Eidolons for the character. And last but not least, Little Lynx. This character, alongside Fushuan, will allow you to literally play everything in autoplay. You bring Fushuan and Lynx together in the Swarm Disaster, and you never have to actually stare at your screen, because these two characters will soak, heal, cleanse, and make sure your team never dies, while also being very tanky themselves because they both scale off of HP. The best thing about Mono Quantum, in my opinion, is that you save so much on resin. As I said earlier, you're able to use the Genius of Brilliant Stars on every single character in the Mono Quantum team comp because they all deal quantum damage. All of them have scaling damage depending on HP or attack, whatever they actually scale with. And they ignore the defenses because of the overpowered 4-piece passive. If your Fushuan doesn't want 4-piece quantum, then you can use Guard of Withering Snow, which is also in the same relic domain. So I think one of the coolest things is that we've been able to save on a ton of resin. And fast forwarding, characters like Jinglu are also using the quantum set. So it's almost as if we have a very universal set in our hands. It reminds me a lot of Emblem from Genshin Impact. Now, one of the coolest things about Mono Quantum is that you finally have a tailor-made support for your Seal and a character like QQ. In the past, you probably have used Bailu, and Bailu is a character that probably isn't really going to work well with your Seal most of the time. I mean, she doesn't have a cleanse, so it forces you to run Bronya alongside Bailu, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but that just means you can't use Bronya in any other team. So this is the team that many people had to use for hyper carry. It is not a bad team, it's just we were missing a tailor-made healing or sustained character. So the truth is, you actually don't have to use 4 quantum characters in Mono Quantum. Now in the future, there will be a quantum character of the Harmony element, I'm sure, that is going to be best in slot in the team. But as of right now, you can pretty much take any other element into your party as long as that enemy is already weak to said element. As of right now, in the current Memories of Chaos, the enemy is weak to ice. So I'm able to bring up Hela, and my Silverwolf still has a 100% chance of landing that quantum weakness on the enemy. And Pela alongside Silverwolf fuels into the hypercarry team for Seal, and Fushuan just being extremely versatile like Luocha. If you are an E6 Seal owner, then having Ting Yun is a godsend. This character gives much needed energy to Seal in order to have this character get her ult constantly, because some of her constellations allows her to get ult upon kills, and Ting Yun giving more energy to Seal means this character is going to ult every other turn. This character turns into a monster of Ting Yun. I love using these two together. But you don't have to use Seal. QQ is a solid alternative if you already have this character. I know Seal is having her rerun next to Topaz, but the truth is, QQ has presented herself to be a very solid option in Mono Quantum especially. So we have one of the most free-to-play friendly team comps in the game, and the reason why I say that is because outside of this team comp Mono Quantum, all of these characters can be used in different settings. QQ as a hyper carry damage dealer, Silverwolf as a Nihili debuffing character. You can use this character alongside Kafka, even a character like Jing, for instance. And then Lynx and both Fu Xuan being very solid sustained characters. Lynx being really solid with Blade, Clara, and other characters that want to have higher aggros. And then Fu Xuan being really good, and even the dot team with Kafka. You get QQ for free in the beginning of the game. Silverwolf was a character that was around the time of launch, but she is a character that most people ended up rolling for. In the time period between these two characters was a very long time, so you had enough time to save for both characters if you really wanted to. Planetary Rendezvous allows you to give a 24 damage bonus of the quantum element if you're equipping it on that quantum harmony character to the whole team. And the thing is, you have to understand is if you build everyone in the Mono Quantum team comp as a damage dealer, this is going to be a net DPS increase for the whole team. It's extremely valuable. So once we do receive that Quantum Harmony character, I'm going to be going all in on that banner. Because that character, for me, and maybe you, if you do use this team comp like I do, is going to be a must pull. Because she's going to be he or she, I assume is going to be she because we only have Harmony characters of, the female gen. I just figured that whenever we do receive that Quantum Harmony character is going to be a she because all of the Harmony characters have been the most gorgeous women in the game. I mean, again, it could be he for all we know. I mean, you look at characters like Argenti and he looks pretty freaking good. But I don't think they'll make a Harmony male character, at least of right now. Maybe they will. If they ever do, then that'd be pretty cool too, right? Now, I did say in previous videos, if you have Lynx and you didn't get Fu Xuan, you can still use her in the Mono Quantum team because she still is a soul-sustained character. The only issue being is that you need to use your HP bars of your other characters because they will be getting hit with no mitigation. So please do keep that in mind. If your Silverwolf has, maybe 3k plus HP and your damage dealers have around 3k HP, then I wouldn't worry about getting one shot. That is unless you're very unlucky. Now this was my Lynx build before I ended up getting Fu Xuan, but I had around 6k HP at level 50. I didn't level her up past this point and she actually still solo sustained the team. It was crazy. 138 speed. More speed would be better because you want her to be faster than your seal, of course. And then make sure you have some effective resistance. Because if you are using the planar spear, which is going to be broken keel, you want to make sure that you get that 30% so you give all allies a 10% crit damage. And then last but not least, the light cone choice. I was using time waste for no one, but this is not advisable for everyone because not everyone is going to have this light cone, of course. So then her best free-to-play option is going to be this one here, which is post-op conversation, which gives energy regeneration rate, which goes towards her ultimate, and increased outgoing healing whenever she uses her ultimate. That means that she is a skill point positive solo sustained character. That's the video here. Thank you for watching. I will be streaming on Twitch for Jinglu's banner arrival tomorrow and today. At the time of recording, you probably will see me live. Twitch.tv/Toshio. The link will be in the description. Thank you for watching. I hope you got something out of this and have a nice rest of your day. Peace.